media, the Fighters and Trainers channel, and most importantly, the People's channel. And we got here the one and only, the technician from Worcester, Massachusetts, my guy, Jermaine Ortiz. Always all over the place around the world. I don't even know where the hell you at right now. Where you at?
Um, yeah.
What's the differences between those facilities and these facilities out here, as far as the gym is concerned?
Everything here is really like top notch. This is a big hub for health and wellness. So you kind of get everything you need in within a 20-minute radius. Yeah.
Any news with you? How's life?
I've been training, staying ready. I'm in shape. I think we got some plans to come back for the end of the summer, you know. Hopefully that goes through and we can have an announcement soon enough. But I think that's the time frame we're working with right now. But yeah, everything's been good, you know. I'm always steady in the gym, so nothing new, just living life and waiting for the next opportunity to take somebody's head off.
Yeah, I was talking to your promoter. He did say he has some news that he's going to be able to share with me soon, so I can't wait for that. Um, now, what's your thoughts on Keyshawn Davis, man? I mean, I was on live earlier, and I said, listen, you're going to 140. You should see my man Jermaine Ortiz. What you think? You think I'm right on the target there? Like, talk to me.
Well, first off, what I think about the situation, again, coming that much more overweight, he didn't look drained. He didn't look like he wanted to make weight. Uh, so if one's intention is to move up, then just move up. But I understand, they want to defend. Maybe they think they can do it one time, but if you really think you can do it, then really try. But it didn't look like he really wanted it, and his intention was to go up to 140. So it just seems like clownish behavior, you know. He's coming at Abdullah Mason like we could get it on next, but knowing damn well you ain't gonna make weight and your intention is to move it to 140. Talking about your body outgrew the weight. Well, if you knew your body outgrew the weight, then why you even messing with Abdullah and trying to talk shit for? Makes no sense. It's just clownish behavior. The guy he won the world title from was really no match. Um, Yeah, no match, and I think, Keyshawn was definitely gonna get tested with De Los Santos, uh, and, yeah, so we'll see, but if he's coming up to the 140, it ain't like the 135s, you know? The only threat down there was what? Tank and Shakur, and he wasn't gonna mess with neither of them 2, so to get any belts at 140, he's gotta come. He's gotta come, and it ain't gonna be easy up here, baby. It ain't gonna be easy up here.
Treble to Teofimo Lopez, and him specifically always calling out Tio that people do want to see you and Keyshawn if he does move up.
uh, It'll be one that probably after this fight, who knows if we get to fight for an eliminator or a title if they make it, because when one's a world champion in a division and they move up, they kind of give them that quick and easy access. But uh, I'm a guard the door to get to the belts. I think it'll be an action, but I see myself victorious. I know that he's kind of like Tio in the sense that emotionally can't control himself, mentally not always there, and they can get frustrated. And you frustrate them right enough, they out their game plan. And once they out their game plan, I do what I want with them. I don't want to say on purpose. I don't want to say that he went into camp the whole time thinking, I'm going to come in overweight on purpose. Um, I think it probably became a struggle or it was harder than usual. and he wasn't just gonna put his body through that because at the end of the day he wanted to perform. And in my opinion, once you lose a lot of weight and you get hit, then punches affect you different when you dehydrate yourself. It's not about how hard somebody hits a lot of times. It's a lot of times how bad that other person have to cut weight. Yeah. And I think that has a big effect. So obviously, for De Los Santos's camp, they did a smart thing of like, you know what, we're not gonna let this guy just not rehydrate, come in 10, 15 pounds over. And we had to work to really make weight. And you could have seen it in De Los Santos that he had to really work and had to struggle a little bit to make weight, and it wasn't easy. And to rehydrate, even though you rehydrate and to let the other one just not have to deal with that struggle, the punches affect you differently, you know? So it's definitely a mismatch and unfair advantage.
Other fighter that is putting himself in that advantage, do you feel like they need it? They need to do that to get that edge to get the win.
People who use PEDs, they're looking for an advantage. And not to say obviously Keyshawn, he not on PEDs, not that I know of or anything like that, but you want to find an advantage in making sure that somebody else is weight drained, right? That they can't regain a certain amount of weight and you're perfect in weight or you didn't have to struggle. That's an advantage that gives you that knockout power, enhances the knockout power, you know, because one person is weak and you're strong.
Santos and his team had to encounter as far as not taking that extra money and the opportunity for the title.
On De Los Santos's team, knowing that they care more about his health than just the money. And it's good to know that he has a team behind him that's actually fighting for him, defending for him, and not just trying to throw him out there for whatever extra change people can get. So that's very important to know.
Um, do you feel like De Los Santos was a real threat? I mean, I know he's your friend. I mean, do you feel like he's a real threat for Keyshawn?
know, when you got skills, you got some sneaky power. Uh, you never know. He can make you look bad. You trying to have you have the pressure of trying to perform, can get you out of your game. So I don't think it was gonna be a fight that Keyshawn was looking to look great. He wasn't. I don't think he thought he was gonna look too great. So he was like, I need to have something to my advantage.
That's
Again,
that's
again
the
with that comparison, you've been trying to compare him and Shakur. You guys gonna fight? We know you're friends, this and that. That was a common opponent. That was a common opponent. He wanted to separate himself from it and be like, I'm the big dog. Look at what I did to Keyshawn, but look at what Shakur couldn't do to Keyshawn, De Los Santos. So all that I think plays a role into thinking how you want to handle your opponent as well. So
one of your Twitter posts. You got the short end of the stick with Lomachenko, and you go out your way and say, I'm happy to be able to share the ring with you while you was in your career. I mean, that's big. What's your thoughts on him? Retiring.
it's time if he doesn't feel like his body's there or if his mind's not there to continue to train as hard and to give it his all, then, you know, give it up because the last thing you want to do is get into the ring at an older age against a young buck who's hungry and you've been past that stage and you get hurt in the ring for some change.
Uh, Keyshawn Davis has a similarity to Teofimo Lopez as far as staying disciplined and mind control. Um, do you feel like that's the major factor between you two guys if you guys share the ring?
And also the skill sets, he's more of an aggressive fighter that I feel like nothing that he can't box, he could definitely box, but we haven't got to see that part of him yet, and we haven't got to see somebody outbox him and outclass him yet, you know? I don't think he's been able to face any of those type of opponents that had like top tier quality to outbox him.
Edwin de los Santos would have made him go into that bag that had no choice but to do that.
We would have got to see a different side of Keyshawn.
You must have been licking your chops, hearing him say, I was going to move up to 140.
Food to eat, more food to eat. It's even better.
Another thing that separates you guys, he has a great amateur career, but you have more of an extensive pro career. Do you feel like that?
Definitely matters as well. We see a lot of amateurs that have 300 fights and they get into the pros, and it's not a the experience of the professionals is just something you need as well. I definitely have that advantage. So I think it's gonna be a great fight. I think we should make that fight happen. Me and Keyshawn. Uh, I don't know where they're gonna rank him at 140 and in what organization, but I don't know when they plan on putting him back in the ring, but 140, I'm here. Me and Keyshawn is a great fight. People wanted that fight a little while back, and now there's the opportunity to make it again. The fairest fight he can have is with me, where you could talk about somebody he's not gonna be able to bully, uh, somebody who's at that level, who's been there as well. Uh, I think it's a great fight, man. A great fight.
Abdullah Mason taking the main event spot.
Those who are humble and who wait, and Abdullah Mason, his career has been a great one. He's been very active. He's been busy. He's been uh, outperforming and outclassing his opponents, and I think he deserves it. Everything comes in God's time, and it's his time.
Anything that you want to tell the fans before I let you go? Social media, and also for the people that are just tuning in, we got over 109 people on here. Said something about you coming back in the summertime.
Instagram, Jermaine Ortiz, y'all gonna get all my updates there. Twitter, Jermaine Ortiz R. And yeah, I'm definitely gonna be back by the end of the summertime. Any of y'all who want to see me, my next fight is gonna be at 140. The fight after that is gonna be at 140. I'll be a world champion by either end of 2025 or beginning of 2026. Not sure if I'll defend it. Maybe I'll defend it one time. Then I'm going to 147. So all them fights from 140, 147 are clearly here to be made. Um, and even if the world title don't come within the next two fights, and there's a fight at 147, and it's a big fight, I'm more than happy to make it happen because at the end of the day, we want to see want to see great fights. Oh, y'all, great fight I am, and how great fights in my next fight. So make sure y'all tune in because whatever y'all want to talk of the past and all this, all my fights have always been action packed. Y'all judging off of one performance, a performance that I freaking was the matador and I made the other fucking guy look like a clown. And now you guys are gonna see how you have seen in my last two fights, me being the bully, and how I can bully at 140 and I'll bully at 147.
You was moving a lot in that fight, and it was hard for Teal to step to somebody that's moving. And maybe he doesn't want to fight Devin because he can go the distance and go his way, especially in Saudi Arabia where you're at.
What's up with Teal, man? He's talking about he want these big fights. That the money was on the table, and this dude turning his cheek. So I wouldn't say I'm the reason, but I think people know that maybe he can't cut somebody off. Let's see how his mental is. That's the reason they're using right now, right? That right now he's not physically there, mentally where he want to be. So I think they've learned a lot from from his past performances when he's not mentally and physically there, what can happen. So
Jermaine Ortiz, make sure you guys go out your way. Follow him on YouTube. Follow him on Instagram. Follow him on all social medias. And he'll be back this summer, man. Thank you for tapping in with us, brother.
City, appreciate it. All
Out to the channel. If you guys haven't subscribed to the channel, I'm out. I'll be back with another one. And we're doing the fight party this week. I mean, tonight. I know that I'm lagging a little bit right now. And I'm gonna try to get that fixed. All right. Salute to y'all. God bless. And on to that next. I said on to that.